Hello, I'm Sergeant Stephanie Shannon. I'm the founder and CEO of Michigan Women Veterans Empowerment. I'm also an author, a speaker, and a veterans advocate. I'm here to share with you on the topic of self-care is not selfish, but it's self-preservation. I want to share with you my journey of joining the Army. When I was back in about 19 years old, I used to see the advertisement of be all you can be, join the U.S. Army. And I was like, wow, I can actually travel the world on Uncle Sam's tab and get college money and pursue a career in the military. I thought it was a great decision. And shortly after I joined the military, my unit was deployed 5 months later to Desert Storm Gulf War. We were based out of Dammam Port in Saudi Arabia. I drove 14-ton tractor trailers, hauled Patriots, ammos, and missiles. I felt like I was doing such a great work for our country. And during that time of service, it wasn't that many women in our unit. And some of the things that began to happen were inappropriate. The military has guidelines and policies against sexual harassment, sexual assault, fraternization, things like that. So I figured with the military having those policies in place, I was safe. But throughout my time that I was in the Desert Storm War, I experienced very, very inappropriate things. And I didn't know at that time I was experiencing what they call MST, which is military sexual trauma. 1 in 3 women are sexually assaulted in the military, and 50% of the victims are men. And there was no system of reporting. So at the time, I just endured what I was going through and felt as if I just want to make it home in one piece. But it was causing a lot of problems in my life, let alone being in a war zone. You had to protect yourself, what I call from friendly fire. Friendly fire is when someone that's in the same unit as you or someone that is your leader is inappropriately doing things to you that are not supposed to. So there's nothing you could really do. I would share it with my other comrades, and some of them were experiencing the same thing. So I figured, well, I'll just make it home and I'll be fine. By the time we got back to the States, I was different. I could tell I had trust issues. I was estranged from my family. I had sleep disorder, anxiety. I didn't trust people. I felt like I have a more uncomfortable sense of lack of safety. And for many years, I reached out to the VA and I asked them for help. But at that time, they didn't have any services for women veterans in regards to that. It's like, what's wrong with you? You have all your limbs, you have your faculties, you can function. What could possibly be wrong with you? But I knew something was wrong because I was having an inner turmoil or an inner storm within me. After going to school and getting a degree in psychology, I was analyzing myself like, wow, that's some of the things I do. The hypervigilance or the anxiety when I'm in a comfortable situation. So for many years, I tucked it down. I didn't even admit that I was a veteran because it wasn't anything I was proud of. And then the people I did share with it, they broke my trust and shared it with other people. For so many years, and I even worked as a social worker, I was told don't share that type of stuff because this is a sign of weakness. So I didn't really address the issue. I kept working, kept trying to take care of my family. I kept trying to do what I needed to do to put food on the table because who else would do it? It was all about me helping them. So for so many years, the neglecting of myself caused me to hit rock bottom. I actually became a homeless veteran. Yes, homeless. And it's possible to experience homelessness when you're taken off your job by your psychologist and letting you know you got to get off this position. I had actually a Black woman psychologist that was helping me. She said, you have to get out this job. And I said, how am I going to leave? I got to take care of my son. Who else is going to take care of me? So actually her taking me off my job and my long-term disability ran out. My benefits for unemployment ran out. I became a homeless veteran. Went through a very, very difficult time in my life, abusive marriage and whatnot. But actually becoming a homeless veteran was one of the best things that happened for me because I hit rock bottom. And the VA at this time offered what they called HUD-VASH voucher. And I applied for that, and me and my son received housing. And I was like, great, this is great. But still, I was without the money and resources I needed to continue to provide for my family. But at the time, I invested in mental health treatment. I invested in caring for myself, and I found my voice through journaling. So as African Americans, and stereotypically, and it's taboo, that is not our issue. As we know, the suicide rate went up 30%. And as we know, people are doing some things, and their behavior, especially after the pandemic, has become real toxic because the mental health of people is not very healthy. It's not something that's going to automatically happen. So I decided to invest in myself in order to heal myself so I could have a better destiny. So I encourage anyone that's dealing with any type of mental health challenges or experience trauma in their life or some level of loss to reach out to some trusted source. Even though I reached out to people that I thought could help, I had to reach out to professionals. I reached out to people that could connect me to the sources. I shared my story, and I invested in my mental health, even medication. Mental health or mental illness is not anything negative to look at. It's just like any other health condition. If you don't exercise your body and do not proper diet, you can easily fall what they call to a place of sickness and toxicity. Our ancestors didn't have the privilege of investing in mental health. We didn't have the privilege of going and getting the treatment and choosing our jobs and choosing what careers we want to go in. Most of the things we were forced into or we were blocked out from. But now it's 2023. And I feel that as African Americans, we need to honor our ancestors by taking care of ourselves. So I encourage anyone that's dealing with some type of depression or anxiety to seek out help, and also be transparent and real with yourself and with others. And also what's important is to find your happy place. Some of the things that helped me heal was nature. I'm a gardener. I'm actually a Black farmer. I fell in love with farming. And I also do all kinds of things in the community for others. But know this, that everything starts with you. And if you're an able-bodied person and you're able to articulate, you can be the best advocate for yourself. So ask for what you need, seek the help, but also follow up and make sure you hold yourself accountable. No one's going to take care of you better than you. So I really believe it's important that you find your voice and be true to yourself. And anything that is not healthy for you, remove it. Remove it, look for better relationships. And that's what I had to do as I grew in my journey. As I got healthier, I believe you attract what you are. So as healthier people, and healthier people became in my life as I got healthier. And I believe this, hurt people hurt people. So often we project our pain upon other people, but a lot of it starts with us. So I encourage you in this time of Black History Month that you put yourself first, because self-care is not selfish, it's self-preservation. So check me out, look me up. My website is battlingthestormwithin.com. And I have another website, MyWomenVets.com. You could also find me on Facebook at Michigan Women Veterans Empowerment. In this hour, let's honor our ancestors by taking care of ourselves and speaking truth to power. Remember, self-care is not selfish, but it's self-preservation. God bless you.